Hello everyone, and many blessings and happy Monday. I believe the moon is in Aries today, so if you've been feeling spontaneous and feeling this drive as if you have a little bit more oomph and courage to go about things that when you normally look back at them, you might be hesitant or really consider a lot of the options. I would say that this Aries energy is very good for you today if there's been tasks that you've been sitting on and things that you've been just overthinking about. Aries may be that act first and ask questions later energy that you need to really get the momentum going today. And since it's on a Monday, that can be just the thing that you need to get out of that slump or stagnation or not really wanting to get your Monday or your week started. You know, we're well in a little over half the way through this month and we still have a full moon to look forward to, and the energy of this moon cycle between the new moon and the full moon has us a little antsy, may have us wanting to accomplish things and not be around people who seem to, for lack of a better word, lack drive. I'm a little excited this week personally because I've been keeping up with the Alana's Fairchild's new deck, Oracle deck. I have her Isis deck, which is really good, really powerful. I enjoy using it. And this one, I will say that Alana Fairchild has outdone herself. I have a big affinity for Kali. I've known about Kali. I've been working with Kali for a big chunk of my, a lot of my awakenings. And I will say with this particular one, she really put her ass into this one. You can literally feel the energy just upon getting this this deck, getting this Oracle deck. Kali Ma, the divine wild warrior mother who cuts down egos and all of that good stuff. And the fact that this came out in January 2021, I really definitely feel that there's a synchronicity to just not holding back, making things unfiltered, not sugarcoating it, not dressing things up so that it can be, for lack of a better word, palatable for your sense of people's sensitive conscious, people's sensitive spirit. And I will say that it's some pretty authentic Hindu culture and rituals within this work. So she really put her ass into this one, and I'm really eager to just have this more implemented into the repertoire. So I got this over the weekend. So I've been working with it a little bit and it has not let me down. And I want to break off the week using this deck. You know, I was waiting, I think I knew about this like the last quarter of 2020. So I was like, oh shit, like, you know, like it's dropping like the first week of January. So I was like on top of that. So one of the local, not local stores, I've been keeping up with the local stores, but everybody kept giving me different dates. So I ended up ordering and it came like the next day online. So I was pretty geeked about that. So we're gonna channel this intuitive message today. We'll be working with Kali's energy, which is the divine mother, the divine feminine. She does not suffer ego, so she cuts down things that are not the best for you, that may be holding you back from the truths. She usually reveals uncomfortable truths, and though those things might be unsettling or may make you feel as if the information being pulled back from the veil may even seem demonic or fearful of the unknown, she really just does these things so that you can come out of the fear of your own ego's shadow. So I feel that this is a really good way, just with that energy and coinciding. I don't care what day or what you got going on, that is powerful, radical shit right there to give you clarity for your week ahead. And she does not suffer illusions or sugarcoating. So Ashe, yes, let's tap into this energy, let's align, let's channel this divine energy through here unbiased. Let's create that space for unconditional love. Kali Ma, the traditional, the original cosmic mother of love and the universe, creative force, Shakti energy, the original tantric goddess, radical pleasure, radical authenticity, helping you to cut down these institutions, societies, barriers, projected fields, external projections that are not a part of your energy field. She helps you to see this truth, to help you to step out and to be your radical self. It may feel like you're exposed. When you work with Kali, she can be a little uncomforting because you may feel as if you're exposed to the elements. But once you deal with these uncomfortable truths and it's all revealed to you, you feel this new solidarity. You feel this new sense of worth. You realize that your sense of you realize that your sense of solidarity can come from within and not be focused on seeking these things from external projections and physical material things that you feel are outside of yourself. I'll be working with the Kali Ma Oracle, and I'm blending this over with the Modern Witch Tarot as well. What is your message for us this week, Spirit? How can we connect with our higher self and use the things that we manifest and the information, the energies, and the resources that come to us for our highest good? Sometimes we're being blessed with miracles and blessings, and we're manifesting things in our space, but we may not be using them for our highest good. We may be in tune with our power, but we may not be using that power for more than our own ego satisfaction. The thing about Kali is that as we grow and have awakenings, we sometimes may get into this egotistical illusion that, oh, I've awakened, I've become spiritual, I've raised my vibration, so I'm good. And you may be good, you may be better, but you may not be good. There's always growth, there's always awakenings that you can go through. And Kali is always here to remind you, to bring that frequency, to bring that energy to you, that all needs and all matters can always suffer more growth. We're going through a spiral, so when we come back to these things with new perspective, new wisdom, new vibration, we may be able to conquer those tasks and those experiences with newfound unconditional love and grace through these things with grace. That was the word I was looking for. So yes, yeah, we're working with Modern Witch now. Kali bringing her messages out. So we have Kali for this particular one, and we're definitely going to overlay this with other oracles, other tarot messages as well, and see what Spirit has in store for us. But this particular version of Kali, as you can see with the Lotus, just outside in the physical, is very beautifully rendered. The blue tends to, for people who have not come into knowing of Kali, blue is definitely is the representation of the divine. Blue is not demonic, but sometimes when you see this dark blue, how you react to it is a reflection of where your ego state is, because if you see demonicness in her, it's a reflection of your ego being stuck in its ways. Usually you might run into these feelings of feeling that she's demonic when you still have a controlling nature, when you're not open to releasing this particular rendition or this phase of Kali. Like any of the Hindu goddesses, is never just one particular rendition. Kali is a war goddess. She's also a mother. So she is that divine mother figure. The same Kali that you see is also Lakshmi, is also Parvati, is also all these other deities as well. But in this particular state of the divine mother of Kali, this is also a state of not necessarily taking shit anymore. As you can see, symbolically rising out of the water. Rising out of the water is also an awakening of consciousness, because water is the subconscious state. So when we rise out of the water, we're also dealing with an awakening, or our consciousness coming to the forefront or coming to the surface. And the Lotus is always infinite. Spirit calls to expand on this wisdom as well. I do appreciate that a lot of the explanations were kept in their original form, because the Sanskrit language is a very divine language. It has a lot of enunciations of frequencies that are not necessarily transmittable through other cultures. So you're able to emit certain frequencies with the universe and communicate with the universe in a way that you may not be able to do with other languages, which is why I say that it's important to not just stick to one language such as English, but to have multiple languages under your repertoire. But in this particular instance, we're dealing with Kali Maha Maya, and this is Kali Ma. This is the spiritual truth beneath all appearances. So this is also asking you to accept what is and to see things for what they really are. This is an awakening process. The truth beneath the appearances. The healing waiting to be discovered in all experiences, in harmony with your higher self. She manifests the path upon which you can best learn, heal, and grow. She is unclothed, symbolizing wild, unconditional authenticity. She is the empowerment to discard conditions or conditioning and judgments that we have worn. Cast off the fearful constraints others have imposed upon you, connecting you to your authentic being while attracting healing, guidance, and divine grace to you now. So this is also during this time with this message coming up. And if Kali has any wisdom for you, since we're entering this age of Aquarius, since we're in this time of the new moon Capricorn, we're still in the Capricorn season with all these Aquarius placements. So this Aquarius energy is also giving us the ability to break out of social norms when we may feel this need to hyper conform to society, even if these things are not for our best interest or for our best good. So with all of this Aquarius energy, and if you have Aquarius placements, especially if you're stellium right now, it is a very powerful time to have that energy to not feel this weight, this emotional weight of, is this right? What do people think about this? Can I get what I want? This is simply about detaching and doing and establishing your own thing. And Kali in this state is also asking you to awaken to the things that are best for you. Ashe. Ooh, jumping out there. Three of Swords. Okay. This is flopping out before I even pull a message. Three of Swords is definitely going to indicate swords being air. Swords, in this particular instance, Three of Swords is one of the few air or sword cards in the tarot deck that makes me think of emotions. It's like a hidden cups or connecting cups, because Three of Swords is very strong. It literally deals with connection, and it can deal with mental thoughts or things that are in your head that are so strong that they may be resting on your heart. This also is a call to address or deal with things that are a head over heart decision or tug of wars within the heart and the mind space. Ask yourself and bring awareness to the fact that, am I triggering my heart by thinking on things? Am I creating these things in my head? Or are they heart matters that I'm ignoring that have me thinking of a whole bunch of different possibilities? This is also a call that something within yourself has not been reconciled, whether it's a project, a person, or a perception going on during this time. Okay, we have Ace of Swords, reversal theme. Two of Pentacles, reversal theme, and the Queen of Cups, reversal theme. So this is a very high emotion, high energy state week. You may even be dealing with personal matters. Well, everything is generally personal when we deal with the psyche, because the world is a reflection or a mirror of things going on. But what I mean in this particular state is that these matters are not things that you can ignore. Queen of Cups is all generally dealing with a heavy weight, since we're dealing with Monday, since we're dealing with the momentum of this Capricorn season and getting ready to head into a full moon that is also the kickoff of a Mercury retrograde. There's a lot of things going on within your mind and your space right now. Last week was bringing a lot of things to our forefront, dealing with family matters and our social circles as far as what we get from these spaces and how they bring solidarity to our personal lives. So with the reversal of the Queen of Cups here, you may not be honoring those feelings, or you may be trying to suppress them and act as if, nope, I'm fine. But the truth of the matter is, all these reversal themes, Ace of Swords, these are new ideas, but they could be new negative thoughts breeding up within your space, coming up within your space that don't make you feel the best or make you feel like there's no solutions. Every time that you consider these old matters rising to the surface, some of you, depending on your alignment, may have the ideas and issues rising to the surface that you put off, and you thought that in focusing on the material or focusing on your lower vibrational needs or your lower chakras, that it would somehow satisfy the spiritual matters. You know, it's kind of like believing that, you know, that personal matters, traumas, and fears go away on the holidays. The shit don't go away just because the holidays are around. And now that your season, your personal seasons are coming back up, you feel these things coming back up. At that holiday, those things that you got going on, that money that you're making, these relationships, these labels that you have surfacing, don't make up for things that need to be aligned, which is why we see the Two of Pentacles or the Two of Coins. So you may feel as if you're in a state with this inversion that you're doing a lot of juggling, you're doing a big balancing act right now. And it's a lot harder to balance things when you have things in your hand. And the only reason you're still holding on to matters is because you don't want to put them down. So you have to decide what weight that you can drop off. And with the Queen of Cups being here, you have to decide what's going to bring you that fulfillment and happiness. Is it just about the dollar? Is it just about being able to say that things look good? Or are things actually solid? Because I don't care how much money you're bringing in. I don't care what kind of relationship that you have. I don't care what kind of status you have. Your spirit is not happy, and you are looking at what's in the cup. And if it's bringing you fulfillment, you have to honor that right now. It's time to honor that during this space. And as Kali comes up, surfacing in our psyche waters, in our deep psychic waters during this month, bring awareness to what sensations you're feeling. We have such a strong tendency to, when we feel feelings, we're like, whoa, what the fuck is that? Either suppress it or do something to alleviate it. It's like taking pills to alleviate a headache. But if the headache is being brought on by something serious, you're only addressing the symptoms. Taking pills only addresses the symptoms. It does not fix the problem. Are you fixing the problem, or are you only addressing the symptoms? On this Monday, as you move forward, bring awareness to that and take a breath. You have nothing to prove to anybody but yourself. When you bring that awareness to your space, ask yourself if you're happy, and if you're not, what are you doing and what energy are you putting in to maintain this state that you're in? Are you happy with the results? If you're not, ask yourself why. Start bringing some self-evaluation to your psyche and to your energy center. What do you want to accomplish this week? We are in fucking 2021. Are you really going to do the same things that you did? You survived some fucking shit. You have to wake up now. We're in the age of Aquarius. This vibration, this energy is very high. You will not survive off of just low vibrational needs anymore. It is time to align with yourself. Align with your highest self. Love you and walk in your power. Ashe. Happy Monday, and thanks for tuning into this message. Again, this was brought to you by Lotus. Make sure to follow the Lotus Speaks for other intuitive messages and divine tantric alchemy. Many blessings and ashe.